I'm curious, when was it collected?
Hang on. It was last year, sometime last year, between last year and now. It has been fully paid.
Auditors, could you confirm that, please?
Honorable Chair, the total amount has been settled. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. So, Gaming Commission, that'll be all for you. You are discharged. Now, let's have a Ministry of Fisheries. I want to declare the Ministry of Fisheries before I come back to Ministry of the Interior. So, Deputy Minister. Kindly introduce yourselves to the committee.
Mr. Chairman, Moses Enim, Deputy Minister for Fisheries and Aquaculture Development.
Mareng Papa, Chief Director, Ministry.
Mr. Chairman, Nana Brokwasari, Administrator, National Permit for Secretariat.
Fred Kwesi and Shubuadu, Executive Director, Fisheries Commission.
Eric Mwinyele Banweyele, Director of Finance and Admin, Fisheries Commission.
All right, thank you very much. Honorable Deputy Minister for Fisheries and Aquaculture Development. We have one issue with Fisheries Commission. Outstanding advances, totally 144,171 Ghana cedis. And the staff who received these advances have been listed on paragraph 468. Now, the recommendation is that the Commission should recover the money from the beneficiary staff. Can you update the committee if you've been able to recover this 144,171 from the beneficiaries?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, effort has been made to recover some, and I will refer the issue to the Executive Director of Fisheries Commission to give the details. When it comes to the ministry, the Chief Director is here to also pick the details for the committee. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The outstanding loan amount is made up of the staff of the Fisheries Commission and the ministry. As at 30th June 2023, that of the Fisheries Commission, we've been able to retrieve the outstanding amount from the staff. The ministry, to some staff have paid, leaving some outstanding. For the ministry, there's still some outstanding for staff to settle. That is it for now.
Can you give a summary of how much have been recovered and the amount outstanding.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For the Fisheries Commission, we have recovered 56,400 Ghana cedi. That is from the Fisheries Commission. So it means that the staff over there have settled their outstanding. That of the ministry, we have recovered 31,455. So there's still an outstanding from the ministry side, amounting to 56,400. That is coming from the ministry side.
So,
Thank
in
you,
a
sir.
nutshell, these outstanding advances of 144,000, you have collected or recovered parts, and it's left with about 57,000 to be recovered.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Auditors, can you confirm this figure?
Honorable Chair, per our last update, we have received 61,195, leaving a balance of 82,976. But our attention has been drawn that they made some few corrections recently, which we don't have those documents, so that is what we have.
So we need to update the records and know how much is outstanding. And you are making the effort to recover the balance.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Let's move to the next one, which is also fisheries again. Paragraph 476. 476 to be done by the Vice Chairman. No, ranking member. Ranking will take it. 476.
Yeah, thank you, Chairman. Here, the infraction is that you made payments which were not appropriately supported with the necessary documents. In the case of fisheries, the amount is 94,167 cedis. Have you been able to acquit those payments properly?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Executive Director, Fisheries Commission will answer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, out of the 94 outstanding, we have actually retrieved all the PVs. 82 was sent earlier to the auditors, which was cleared. Later on, the other ones was, but they had yet to clear the outstanding about 11,000, yet to be cleared. Yes, but we have received the PVs.
Auditor, can you confirm that statement?
Honorable Chair, a total of 82,550 has been supported fully, leaving a balance of 11,617.
So why haven't you acquitted that?
We actually retrieved it at the time that we got the 80 something. We decided to send it whilst we look for the rest. So later we got them. So we notified them that we will bring them for them to authenticate it for us. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
So, is there any difficulty in your office that during the audit, the time of the audit, these PVs could not be located? And you could only locate them after the audit. The auditors have left. The 30 days grace period given to you has also lapsed. And it was after that before you got the PVs. Is there any challenge at the office?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. There was some movement. People were assigned offices. There were relocation. Some people were moved to the ministry and the commission. And during the movement, the PVs were just misfiled. So that is how we couldn't get the PVs at the time.
But this one is, the PVs were found all right, but they were not supported with the relevant documents. So when there's a movement, you move the PVs, do they drop their supporting document in the course of the movement?
No, Honorable Chair, you don't drop the supporting document. The challenge is that, some of the receipts, when they are made, it takes time for you to go and pick the PVs and attach the receipt to the PV.
How long? What time will it take? More than 1 month? Or are the PVs located outside this country? The attachment? Or the receipts, they have to mail them from America?
No.
Where? Now, the law is clear. During the course of the audit, provide all the relevant documents to support your payments. If you fail to do that, the auditors will leave the office and point to you that you have not supported or you have not provided these and that documents. The law also gives you a 30 days grace period to provide that. If you fail to do that, then they report on it and bring the report to Parliament. Okay. So now we are accepting that after this grace period given to you for which you fail, we are still allowing the auditors to go and look at the documents. By the time will come, once you fail to provide a relevant document at the time given to you by law, when you appear before us, we will not accept those documents again. So take it. And this one go to all government agencies that are audited by the Auditor General or audited by auditors appointed by the Auditor General. Okay? When the committee will start implementing that, we will not let you know, but it will come. So we're just giving advance notice. Thank you very much. Auditors, you have to go and take the supporting document for the 11,000 and vouch it. Yeah, Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, well noted, and I think that is a good lesson learned, and we will have to develop systems that can help us do some of these things. In fact, the ministry was in the same premise with the Fisheries Commission, and when the ministry moved to its new premise, these are some of the difficulties that came. And I think that, as you've mentioned, we should be able to have backup systems when such situations come, so we can get information available for auditors when they come at the due time. So we are extremely grateful to the committee, and whatever is left to be retrieved, we are assuring you that at the ministry's end, we will do all that we can to retrieve the whatever is outstanding. So the next time we'll report on a clean sheet then. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That'll be all for the Gaming Fisheries Commission. We'll move on to National Premise Fuel Secretariat. And paragraph 470, Vice Chairman will take it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. We are talking about indebtedness of the OMCs, and they owe you 57,443 Ghana cedis. What has happened to this amount?
Chairman, thank you. The premix administrator is here, and he will answer the question.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. All the total amount has been recovered from the OMCs, and we've since then communicated it to the external auditors for verification.
Before I ask the auditors, I thought it was the other way around. Premix Secretariat. Do the fishermen get the premix that they are supposed to get?
Mr. Chairman, yes, fishermen are supplied premix for across the country.
I'm the MP for Commander Edina Iguafu Abrim. And Elmina is a big fishing town. and you are under oath that they get premix.
Mr. Chairman, factually, the supply became a bit erratic, purposely because of challenges in getting payment done, because of the challenges we all find ourselves in. You know, premix is two components, gasoline and two-stroke oil mixed to constitute premix. And because of the challenges we find ourselves, we were really supplying. But Mr. Chairman, if you release about 101.6 million liters of premix to the fisher folks annually, and you still have shortage, then you should know that there's something else also contributing to the erratic nature of the premix. We all know the premix being used for different unintended purposes. And for fisher folks to have 101.6 million liters annually and still call for shortage, then we should know it's a national issue. For now, because MPA did a good work 1.5 years ago to replace the gasoline with condensate, and condensate is a byproduct from processing gas from Atuabo. Now we are very hopeful that the supply is not going to be that erratic. Also, because we're putting in these automatic dispensers, and at Elmina, honorable member knows that the dispensers structures are ready at Elmina. Very soon we'll commission, and looking at the automation nature, it will take out this sort of unintended usage, because every fisher folks is given an ID card which has a barcode sensor on it. Your volumes will be placed on the ID card. You go, and then the number of volumes you want is taken out for you. And if you finish, that is it. So we are trying to put in systems that at least will take out this diversion and also the unintended usage. And I believe that when we get there, some of these challenges will come. Now, TOR has the challenge now. TOR is supposed to increase capacity. Atuabo has agreed because the president has directed that a drop of condensate should be used for the premix. Atuabo has a large quantity of condensate, and they are ready to release it to TOR. We are telling TOR to increase their capacity. We are also looking for other companies that can do the mixing, so that TOR will not have a monopoly to that effect. So with this, we believe that this cancerous challenge that we've had over years will be abated to some extent.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister, your answer that you gave is different from the one from the gentleman from Premix Secretariat. He claimed that they were getting the premix, but you are saying that the premix supply has been erratic. So it means the answer that he gave me was not accurate.
Mr. Chairman, I gave a universal set answer. His answer is a subset of what I gave. It means that he is in.
Who asked you to give the broader answer? I gave a
broader universal.
Who asked you to give the universal
answer? His answer is a subset in the answer I gave. He isn't that wrong. As I said, we give the numbers, and he knows, the honorable member.
Minister,
so that is.
Honorable Minister, I cautioned him that I'm the MP for Commander Edna Eguafu Abrim, and so I knew what I was asking. But he told me that they were getting the premix. Anyway, auditors, could you confirm if the 57,000 has been paid?
Honorable Chair, the full amount has been recovered. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
So, we have one more, London Beach at Pando. Pando, London Beach, paragraph 473. failure to pay 53% margin on community development. And that is 18,642 Ghana cedis. Now, the auditors noted that the Landing Beach Committee, number 2, at Pando Toko, that the committee had a margin of 109,890 Ghana cedis from the sale of premix fuel in 2020 financial year. The committee observed that instead of paying 58,241.70, that is 53% of the 109,890 into the Community Development Fund, the committee paid only 39,600, leaving a difference of 18,641. The auditors have recommended that the chairman of the Landing Beach Committee should pay the difference of 18,641.70 to the Community Development account. We want to find out if that requirement has been met.
Mr. Chairman, the amount of 18,630 has been paid by the Pando Toko Landing Beach. And the auditors have since verified.
Auditors, can you confirm?
Honorable Chair, confirmed.
What delayed the payment of the money into the account?
Mr. Chairman, also, just by way of education, these landing beaches control their accounts entirely. So there are times where after their sales, they are supposed to pay that amount into the account. It's very difficult to monitor all the landing beaches across the countries because, unfortunately, we are not signatories to the account. So from time to time, we have some of these infractions, and anytime we flag it, we also punish them accordingly. But it's been a very difficult task. So going forward, we intend to amend the LI so that we can have some level of supervision as to how these accounts are used. So it's a big challenge to us. Usually, year in and year out, we have 1 or 2 landing beaches causing these infractions. But hopefully, when the LI is amended, I think some of these things will be a thing of the past.
So how is the chairman of the committee selected or appointed?
Per the LI 2233, the chairman of the Landing Beach Committee is the head fisherman or the chief fisherman of the landing beach. So an example is if you go to, let's say, Elmina, you have the chief fisherman as the chairman of the Landing Beach Committee.
So if you're a chairman of the Landing Beach Committee, are you a powerful person?
If you are the chairman of the Landing Beach Committee, you, to some extent, are powerful because you are the head of that Landing Beach Committee. So you take decisions together with your landing beaches that will near to the benefits of that landing beach.
But do you think that, or have you experienced some chairman's actions affecting the allocation of the fuel, premium fuel to the fisher force?
To my knowledge, I haven't experienced any of such. But since it's a human institution, you would have some of these challenges occurring from time to time, where you have some chairmen who want to sometimes bulldoze their way, etc. But anytime it comes to our attention, we try to deal with the situation.
Is the district chief executive or the municipal chief executive has a role to play in the premium fuel allocation?
By law, yes. LI 2233 gives them some role to play.
Apart from what the chairman would do?
I think they both have different roles to play.
Okay. Ranky.
I just want to know roughly how many landing beaches do you have in the country?
We have about 300 landing beaches across the country.
I see. And some are on rivers, I suppose.
Yes.
And then what? And streams.
Yes, it's divided into two. That is the marine and then the inland.
Okay, thank you, Chairman. That's all.
Can auditors confirm that the balance of 18,641 has been paid?
Honorable Chair, the total amount has been paid into the community development account. Thank you.
All right, thank you. That'll be all for the Ministry of Fisheries and Agriculture. But there is a public interest question from the member for South Dine, Honorable Roxanne.
Chairman, thank you. Chairman, I'm aware of the problems of the premix distribution because my constituency, it's also home to hundreds and thousands of fishermen. Now, I know the interventions that you are making, especially with the inland, to improve supply. You have therefore built a new station for me in South Dine at Tongochanakpe to improve supply, but you haven't commissioned it. And so I want to find out when you commission so that we put the facility to use, so my people can have access to premix, so that they can fish for more fish.
Mr. Chairman, well noted. The plan is in place. We'll definitely commission, and we're planning to commission it also alongside the automated facilities that we've put in place so far. So far, we've done about 50 plus, and others are in their various stages of completion. So we're planning to do them together. So you have it so far. But let me also say that we've learned a lot of lessons in this premix distribution, and we're counting on you when we come by way of amendment. You give us your support and your input as well to help us streamline and also sanitize the system of the premix. We'll also be coming with entire revision of Act 625, and because there are a lot of issues that have outpaced our regime of governing the marine space and the inland as well. A lot of treaties, a lot of conventions, international best practices. So we're coming out with whatever, so you can support us, do all these revisions so that we're up to date in our operations. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We are extremely grateful for taking us in. Thank you.
Just for a guide, the LI cannot be amended. So in responding to the issues regarding the management, you have to bring a fresh new LI. You cannot amend the existing one. That's how we do it, just as a guide. So you are not amending the existing one. You are bringing a fresh LI to deal with the problems on the ground emanating from the implementation of the law. But I would suggest that you amend the law first to respond to the issues, because the LI will be emanating from the new enactment.
You know, we have two separate sections. We have the act on fisheries, okay, and that is the Act 625. When you look at that act, you don't see anything about premix. So premix has its own act that will also come, and then to follow up with its related regulations. So will come differently. The Act 625, which is governing, will come, and then the other one will come, and there is related regulations that we need to also do to make it up to date and also outpace the events. We will put them forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That will be all for the Ministry of the Fisheries and Aquaculture Development. I want to thank you very much, your discharge. But I just saw the Minister herself. So, Honorable Minister, you're welcome. Thank you. So you are discharged. Let's have Ghana Immigration Service. So, Deputy Minister for the Interior, you were not here when we took the oath, so they have to swear you in now. And then most of the officers from the Immigration Service were also not here. So we have to administer the oath to all of you. Clerk, you have to do that.
I thought the police are coming too. No, you want them to get police? Yeah, let them.
You've already sworn.
Okay. You have sworn already? Oh, okay.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, so please, when I say, sorry, sir, or you have done earlier. When I say I, please repeat after me and I'll mention your names and I'll leave it. Sorry, sir.
I, Nana Iya,
Swear by the Almighty God.
Swear by the Almighty God.
That the evidence I shall give before this committee.
That the evidence I shall give before this committee.
Touching the matter in issue.
Touching the matter in issue.
Shall be the truth.
Shall be the truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
And nothing but the truth.
And nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you very much. Honorable Deputy Minister for the Interior, you are welcome. Chief Director, you are welcome. And then the Comptroller General and other staff, you are welcome. So, kindly introduce yourself to the committee.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Chairman and the committee. My name is Nana Iya, the MP for Gomoa Central and the Deputy Minister for Interior. I think everybody have to introduce him or herself. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman and members. I'm Adelaide Anokumi, Chief Director, Ministry of the Interior. Thank you.
Good morning, Honorable Chair and members. I'm Isaac Owusu-Mensah, Deputy Controller General in charge of Finance and Administration, Ghana Immigration Service. Thank you.
Good morning, Honorable Chair and members. My name is Kwame Esua Tichi, Controller General, Ghana Immigration Service. I apologize for my bad voice because I have a serious cold and flu, so sorry.
Yes.
I'm COP Christian Tete Yohunu, Director General Police Administration. Thank you.
Honorable Chair, COP Michael Nkitia Frimpong, Director General Finance.
Honorable Chairman, I'm COP Enokadichum Bediako, Director General Services, Ghana Police Service. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. So we will go straight to paragraph 536. That is the first infraction for Ghana Immigration Service. Which is on earned salary, 99,844 Ghana cedis, involving 3 staff. The recommendation from the auditors is that the Comptroller General should recover the amount from the officers involved. I want to find out from the Comptroller General if recovery has been made.
Honorable Chair and members, recovery has been made in respect of Felix Christian Adum Norte. In respect of Marina to Idrisu, a letter has been written to the Comptroller Accountant General Department to deduct all unearned salary. An amount of 14,000 Ghana cedis has been recovered so far.
It's not with the third person, social BCA.
In respect of social BC, a letter also has been written to the pensions unit of the Comptroller and Accountant General Department to deduct the unearned salary from her computed gratuity before payment is effected.
Do you have any update on that if the deduction has been made by Comptroller?
She's yet to claim her gratuity.
Okay. Auditors, can you confirm that in case of the Felix Christian Adom Norte, the entire 24,833 has been recovered? 883 has been recovered.
Honorable Chair, confirmed.
So what that of the Munira to Idrisu, the 14,000, can you confirm that that has also been deducted?
Honorable Chair, 14,000 has been recovered, leaving a balance of 10,000. No. Yeah.
Leaving a balance of?
We are checking the balance. Yeah, leaving a balance of 58,635. But it's being deducted monthly. So it's an ongoing exercise.
So deduction is still ongoing, right? Okay. All right, let's move to the next one. Paragraph 538, ranking.
Thank you, Chairman. Here the infraction is that some contracts that were awarded, there had to be variation of those contracts. And the procedure is that you should have written back to the tender review board to review those contracts, but it was not done. I want to know whether you have done something about it now.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. That is so. We investigated the matter, and it was the Comptroller General who set up that investigative committee based on the recommendation of the external auditors. The committee reviewed all documents regarding the entire contract and deemed the variations very necessary because of changing scope. The variations were due to changing scope, as I've just stated. Subsequently, the various varied contract sums were referred to the Entity Tender Committee for approval and ratification, and same has been duly approved. And we've attached the minutes of the said meeting to approve of that variations. The Entity Tender Committee's meeting, Mr. Chair and members, dated Friday, 27th of May, 2022, to approve of same.
Okay, so Auditor, can you confirm whether they have been ratified?
Oh, sorry.
Honorable Chair, the approval has been done and all the necessary documents were provided and we've gone through, which we are satisfied with the approval. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman.
All right, let's move on to the next one, which is paragraph 541. Honorable Alice.
paragraph 541. That is an end salary of 43,729 Ghana cedis. And it was recommended that the head of immigration office, Tema, should recover the unearned salary from Mr. Frank Anani, failing which the head himself should pay the money back. What has been done about that?
Mr. Chair and honorable members, available records from the Controller and Accountant General Department upload shows that Frank Anani's salary was paid up to November 2020 instead of January 2021 as indicated by the said audit report. This makes the unearned salary 35,026.94. This amount has been duly deducted from his pension benefits. Pension computation attached. This has been verified from the external auditors from Tema. Hence, the amount has been duly recovered, Mr. Chair.
Auditors, how can you confirm that?
Honorable Chair, after a reconciliation, the amount came to 35,026.94, which has been duly recovered. Thank you.
Chairman, thank you.
Thank you. Let's move to paragraph 543. Honorable Dakwa.
Thank you, Chairman. So this has to do with unpresented payments vouchers. Okay, the Auditor General noted that the Hamil Sector Command failed to raise payment vouchers. The Hamile Sector Command failed to raise raise payment vouchers to support an amount of 320,000 Ghana cedis. Okay, can you update us as to what has happened now? Have you refunded the full amount of 320,000?
Mr. Chair and honorable members, the amount of 320,800 Ghana cedis was in respect of ration for national security operations. The amount was duly signed by the officers, that is the recipients. All the receipts has been provided for verification, that is the signed sheets, and we've attached same. At the time the operation started, the Ghana Immigration Service had no account in the district. And based on the audit query, we've gone ahead to establish accounts in all our districts because we are now expanding. You can see that as you go through the country, the earlier checkpoints, more district offices are being opened. So we wrote to the Ghana Commercial Bank to open accounts for our various offices in the district and the sectors, and we have attached same.
All right, thank you. Okay, but to retire this issue, I understand you've set up accounts, but for the 320, have you presented the documentation to the auditors?
That is so, Mr.
You've
Chair.
done that?
Yeah,
all right, so
so
auditors, can you confirm that for me?
Honorable Chair, confirmed.
Okay, Chairman, thank you.
Thank you, Honorable. So, paragraph 546, Honorable Johnson Edu.
Thank you, Chairman. Between January and December 2020, the regional commander transferred a total amount of 320,800 Ghana cedis, meant for operational activities for the sector commander at Hamile. No, this is on 16 occasions, and eventually the regional commander was asked to open an official bank account for the Hamile sector command immediately. So we want to know the status of this.
Honorable Chair and members, it's the same as I explained earlier. We've opened the account for the LoRa, and this is in respect of Operation Conquered Face, money from national security, and the same has been done. That is so. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's go to the next one, which is Paragraph 549. Honorable former deputy ranking member of the committee, Tuferu. Paragraph 459. 549, sorry.
Thank you, Chairman, my former friend. An end salary. Yes, the value is in the sum of 35,260 each. What occasioned it? What occasioned the an end salary?
No, we don't. That's what has been done.
Yeah, what occasioned the an end salary?
In fact, what happened was that from the administrative process, the lady had complications in respect of pregnancy. Pregnancy wrote to headquarters where we asked. That's that. Yeah. And because of the complications in the pregnancy wrote, but the letter was sorry to say, to be honest, was not worked upon early. There was a mix-up in the office. So before we got to know, this on-end salary had accrued. But as I speak, we have made some kind of recoveries. Out of the 17,633.80, we have recovered 11,727.14. So we have an understanding of 5,906.66.
Okay, to be completed when? The balance to be recovered by what time?
I want to assure the committee that the process is ongoing. So we are in July. Hopefully by September it will be done.
Auditors, can you confirm?
Honorable Chair, for Ms. Gloria Amua, an amount of 11,727.14 has been recovered, leaving a balance of 5,906.66.
So what about Michael?
Use the mic, please.
Michael, for our indication, available information is that he has traveled out of the country. So we decided to stop the salary, take effective action by dismissing him. We have recovered 6,938.60. We have an outstanding of 10,695. The matter is before our Judicial Committee of the Ghana Immigration Service, and we intend taking it from his gratuity.
So, Chairman, I defer to you for. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
When is the gratuity going to be paid to Michael?
Honorable Chair members, we are waiting for the committee to finish their proceedings.
Their work, okay.
So he had worked for some time, I'm told.
Yeah.
So we take that into consideration and write to the Comptroller Accountant General in terms of his computation of his gratuity. Then we'll take it from it.
Good.
Can
Can auditors confirm that 6,000 from Michael has been recovered?
Honorable Chair, for Mr. Michael Debra, 6,938.69 recovered, leaving a balance of 10,695.11. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Roxon.
Yes, Chairman. Comptroller General, from your answer, I'm a bit confused. You dismissed and you are paying gratuity, or you terminated because you went AWOL, and so you are paying accrued benefits. I want clarification. Is it termination or dismissal?
Honorable Chair member, there are level of dismissal. If you dismiss something, it doesn't mean that the officer will not earn his benefit. It depends on the nature of the offense. We had information.
Yes, I heard you. That's why I want to find out whether you terminated because he went AWOL. Because you said he traveled outside of the country.
Yes.
So you have taken him out of the service. So I want to understand the mood. So you terminated his appointment. You decommission him. Yes, you decommission him. And you are paying him accrued benefits. Okay, thank you.
That'll be all for Ghana immigration. Yes. You have what? Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. I know immigration is responsible for admitting people into and even as they exit. So they serve more as a storehouse for information of persons coming in and going out. Is it the case that they are having a difficulty locating this one of their own out there?
Honorable Chair, members, it's not difficult locating any officer that leaves or arrives into the country, that is exit and entry. But you know all the administrative processes. If we find out that you've gone missing, we cannot find you, we do the administrative process internally and ask our officer at the border to find out whether you've gone out, because we all know how our systems operate. We know the system, how it operates in and out. So we'll fish out from the information, and information was sent to the KIA, head of KIA office, or I'll say KIA, where it came out that he had traveled out of the country, and therefore had to go through administrative process. And by our ally, we go to the administrative processes, and by law, you find out that if the person had worked over a number of years, you look at whether he's a first offender, you look at his character, you take all these things into consideration. You take all these things into consideration, and the Judicial Committee will advise him whether it is dismissal, termination. So we look at all these matters, and that came to our knowledge that he had traveled out of the country.
Good. So that'll be all for Ghana Immigration Service. You are discharged. You can still stay on and observe others. So let's have a Ghana Police Service. Paragraph 552, Deputy Ranking.
Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, Chairman. And you are welcome, Mr. Yohonu.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. It has to do with your delayed police hospital project. First, I want to find out, is it completed now?
No.
Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, the project is not completed yet. It has stalled for some time. But I think at this level, if Mr. Chair will permit me, I will hand over to our sector minister to explain where the project has reached so far, because they are authorities as far as this project is concerned. Thank you.
All right, Deputy Minister, Interior.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It was about a tax that came on, but the ministry have worked very hard to do that with the finance minister. And according to that, they have paid some of the amount, and the contractor, the international contractor, have promised that he's going to finish it very soon. So we are all waiting. There is some balance that they have to, the Ministry of Finance have to give to the contractor. So, Mr. Chair and the committee, I think very soon we are going to get the work done. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Minza, I'm worried. I'm worried in the sense that for an amount of 259,931 euros as a tax withheld on an interim certificate raised by the contractor for some 5 million euros to be paid to. Will store such a project for this long, especially when we know that in Accra today, when you virtually get to any of the referral hospitals, you are told that there are no beds. I'm happy that you are saying soon, but how soon? Because we do not really want this thing to appear in the books for next year. How soon? And if you say that you have settled, is it the case that the state has paid to this international contractor the 259,000 euros? Is that the case?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. The finance minister have respectively paid 259,931.94. So, as I said, very soon, very, very soon, it's going to be finished. And
well, I leave that to Chairman. As for the very, very soon can be 10 years. Very, very soon can be next month. But with the Nana here that we all know, your very soon can be next month. So please, just know that this is a house of records. And next year, if you appear before this committee and the project is not completed, we definitely will take you on. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Ranking. I think we should all be concerned that this project has been running for a very long time. Very, very long time. It's a facility that the government of Ghana took to construct the hospital. And we all know that when there is a loan facility for a project, it always runs smoothly because there is a dedicated money to pay the contractor. And as one of the condition precedents for taking loan in this country, we always exempt any taxes that is associated with the facility. Any item that they are importing, we exempt them. Parliament usually waive it in Parliament. So if the Ministry of Finance should withhold tax on any certificate raised by the contractor, it's a mistake on the part of the Ministry of Finance. And I'm happy that the minister has agreed to pay the money. They should refund the money to them. But the contractor also, why don't you continue to do your work, and as you pursue the money, why do you stop work based because of 259,000 euro? Why? So we are urging the contractor to go back to site, and we are also urging the Ministry of Finance to refund the money back to the contractor, because we have already approved or waived those taxes as part of the condition precedent for taking the loan, so that we can complete these projects. It's not only the police service that is going to use it. The whole general public use the facility. So we are urging the Ministry of Finance to do their work. The contractor should also go back and do the work. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Let's go to the next item for Ghana Police Service, to be taken by Honorable Rocks in paragraph 555.
No. Chairman, thank you. The case of the auditors is that this project has been abandoned. So I won't belabor the point. July 2023, COP, what's the status? Ekropon.
Yes, Honorable Chair, this is a project that commenced in the year 1978. And then, in fact, it has gone through a lot of stages without seeing the light of the day. So with this information from the audit service, the Inspector General of Police tasked our project unit to go and assess the viability of this project. And having gone through, it was realized that the main structure, which is going to be the divisional headquarters, has to be demolished. There are other units, houses,
Which
about
is
8.
this present project captured in the report?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And then there are other unit houses attached to it. That is the 8 unit houses which will house the personnel. That one, having examined it, there are projects that we can still continue with the construction. And so this is the stage we have reached. You know, in fact, the building has to be demolished, and then some portion of it can be salvaged. And so for that matter, we've discussed with we have also carried it out with our ministry, that is the Ministry of Interior, and they have taken it up also that they will discuss with government for government to come to the aid of Akropong Police, because currently the divisional headquarters is being housed in the quarters. And so this is the stage where we are. And I think as we are here, we know that Honorable Chair will also add his voice to it so that we'll get funds from the Ministry of Finance to do that project for the people of Akropong. Thank you, sir.
Okay, let me understand before I go back to the auditors. The main head office has structural defects because it's falling into desuetude. So the recommendation is that it be demolished and a fresh one put up. You haven't done that demolition. You haven't done it. The recommendation has come.
Yes, sir.
But you have not done it.
We have not done it, sir.
But you are using the adjoining structure which is to serve.
It is also uncompleted.
Yes, I know. I see it from the picture.
Yes, sir.
But you have moved into that.
No, no. It is attached to the same building. It is also an uncompleted project. But currently, our main or the divisional headquarters is being housed in a rented premises, which is not close to where the main divisional headquarters is supposed to be. Yes, sir.
Okay, but you made the point that you are occupying that aspect.
No, no, sir. That is
so
not
it's the
way.
entire structure that you are demolishing.
I'm also saying that apart from the main divisional headquarters that can be demolished, we can be able to keep that 8 units because having assessed it, it is in a good position that construction can continue on that project. So
have you brought this to the attention of the auditors?
Yes, sir. We brought it to the attention of the auditors.
Auditors, can you confirm this?
Honorable Chair, after the Auditor General's report, the police did assessment and everything concerning as to whether those that they have to demolish, those that they have to continue, all the information was made available to us, which we have them with us.
Chairman, that will be all.
So the report says that there are some civilian workers of the division occupying the uncompleted apartment. Are they still there? They are squatters.
They are squatters.
They are not workers of the service.
They are, yes, in fact, I can't really confirm whether they actually are workers or not, but I think when I get back, I will find out. But
well, that is what the report is saying. The report says that civilian workers of the division. Well, so, but you can go and come
I'll
verify.
cross-check, sir. I'll cross-check. Whether they are our workers or squatters from the community. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Now, so you asked for some plea to come from this committee, and I think that is in the good direction. Clerk, take note. We are going to make a specific recommendation on this to ensure that the Ministry of Finance makes some budgetary allocation to the Ghana Police Service for this type of projects. I'm sure this will not be the only one that you need support. There will be others that you need. So in preparing your budget for 2024, you need to make provision in your budget as part of their capex to cater for this, and then use the committee's sitting or whenever we issue a report as a basis to argue out when you meet the Minister of Finance at the budget hearing, so that they can make some allocation to cover this. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. We are most grateful.
Chairman, let me bring this to the attention of the committee and the service and the ministry. The judicial service is doing something unique, and that is they are building model courthouses. So, for instance, if you get a circuit court, the models are similar. And I think that as a service or the ministry can adopt that formula. So when you see a divisional police command, they are uniform. So these variations, constructing buildings, different styles, it gives the service the opportunity to also complete ongoing projects. So I think that we should let's synchronize some of these programs. Then the ministries can learn from each other and approach some of these projects in this way. So that if you are giving me a divisional command in South Nine, the building will be similar to what will pertain in the Kropong. Then the expenditures and the costs are similar.
Chairman, I mean, anybody, we need to quickly. Then, Mr. Yonu, you created some new regions. For instance, now Empriso is Eastern North region. What steps are you taking from the police administration to give them a befitting office, a regional office in all these centers? Thank you.
Honorable Chair, yes, we are starting gradually, and sometimes some of these assistance also come from people of the community, and even sometimes some of the honorable members in Parliament, they also support to help us to construct these projects in the community that we bring police to their area. So, yes, assistance is coming, but because we are starting it, we want to start it immediately, and then gradually we get the support from government and also additionally from members of the public to enable us to get befitting structures. So, sir, that is part of our program, and we are doing it gradually. As funds, it takes time to get funds fully. Thank you very much.
Well, okay. Last from the ranking member.
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman, I want to ask whether the police command has a program of providing all the district capitals with district offices. I'm asking because my district, Fantiakwa South in Osino, has been a district since 2018. And we don't have a district of command of police station. So I want to find out whether you have a plan to provide district capitals with district. Fantiakwa South.
Yes.
No, I built one at Bososo.
Honorable members, let's hear the answer from the police service.
But this is now the district capital. So that's why I'm asking.
Fantiakwa, there's a district headquarters.
Where
we have
is
a district headquarters at, is it not Begro?
No, Fantiakwa South.
Begro is Fantiakwa North.
Oh, okay, so...
Fantiakwa South, the district capital is Osino.
We are trying to get more districts as we open more regional headquarters. So, sir, if, I think it is part of our program, and then as you have mentioned it, I'll take note of it. We want to increase the number of districts so that at least we get more personnel closer to the people in the community to handle crime effectively. So it is ongoing that we have started getting more districts to be built. So with this information, I know of this in Fantiakwa North, But Fantia Kwasov, I think we'll take note of it and then we'll inform our management accordingly. Thank you.
Very much, Commander.
But I think your district's administrative district is different from the political district that we know. So when you say district, somebody will be thinking that, hey, you're going to create more districts. In fact, it is your administrative district that you're talking about.
Exactly, sir. That is the police district.
That's right.
Our police district is different.
It's different, yes.
It can be the same or sometimes different from...
Can be 2 or 3 districts
yes,
put together.
Yes, within one political district.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank
for
you very much. That'll be all for the police service. We now have Ghana Prison Service. Yes, you have... Okay, Honorable Aka, do you have a public interest question for the Ghana Police Service?
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Men in uniform, I think when you appear before us, we respect you a lot. You could see the questions we ask sometimes. And I would like to know if you are aware of this portion in the Constitution, and I'll read it. That's Act 25, Article 430, Article 25, 430. Okay, they say they should be granted, that is the MPs, they should be granted immunity from arrest and detention while they are traveling to and from Parliament or while they are attending Parliament. This immunity, however, should not be made to cover serious offenses such as treason, sedition, and felony. So it goes on. I believe you are aware of this.
Honorable Chair, we are aware, very much aware about this.
And I'll cite my personal example for you to see why this should be so. A few months ago, I think that day the IGP was here and public accounts was sitting. I was rushing to join my colleagues here. Normally we come before 9 o'clock. And I made a quick detour. I didn't pass the approved route. Yes, and I was apprehended by the police. So I told them I was on my way to Parliament and that they should consider. They said no. They have cameras on them. They shrugged off and they showed their big bodies and that they had cameras. I said, okay. So can we go? They took me to the police station.
Is that a personal story? So can you just ask your public interest question that you told me?
Please, Chairman. Yes.
Don't narrate it. Just ask the public interest question, please. Okay.
So I just want to make it authentic. And my car was impounded. They used the car was impounded. And I begged them that, okay, I'm an MP, so I would not run away. They should allow me to attend to the public accounts. And I remember that day the IGP was here. And they refused. They impounded the car and asked me to go. I was in my suit with my coat of arms. Yes. So I asked them why I should go. I said, okay, give me a car to take me to Parliament. They said, no, I should find my way. And I found it very distasteful. And I would like to know whether, and I asked the man, the airport police station, he said, no, the men who arrested me are the IGP special police. And I found it very, very, very bad. And you treat an MP like that. And I had to stand by the roadside and join the trotro to this place. I was sweating like hell when I got here. And here you are. So please clear the air on this one.
Honorable member, I ask you to just ask your public interest question.
Please,
but the story you are giving, we are not in a law court.
I said, okay, so can you please explain why this thing should happen to us? And yes.
If honorable member, the law is covering all of us. We are not above the law. We are not above the law. If you flout the law, and that is what they are doing, you have to obey it.
No, Chairman, I'm not saying that we are above the law.
No,
the
no.
law
If
says-
listen to me, listen
but
to
you
me.
take your car.
Listen to me. If an ordinary person driving who also offended the law in the same manner, they will impound the car. But you are saying because you are an MP,
No, that's not what I'm saying.
but you say you stood by the roadside and took a
Yes,
trotro.
because the law says that when you are on your way to Parliament,
Yes.
and at least if you have arrested me, that's okay. But allow me to continue with my journey, not take the car. If you take the car, you have flouted the law.
So, how did you get your car back?
Come again.
How did you get the car back?
After 3 days.
How did you get it back? I didn't say how long did you
I
get
went
it.
to court.
Yes.
And then later I went for my car.
So the court said directly that they should give the car back to you.
No, the court said I should file a complaint about the behavior of the police.
Did you do that?
No, I didn't.
Please, we will encourage you to do that.
But please, Chairman, can you please allow them while they are here? Because my question is relevant.
The complaint the court asked you to do, you have chosen not to do it. But you can't use this platform to do it. They've asked you to file a complaint. You didn't. You decided to use this platform. It's a wrong platform. Please. The whole country is watching us and listening to us. So your question is allowed. Rather go and file the complaint, please.
Chairman, I want to explain something to my colleague that even I
have disallowed the question. All right. So before we discharge the police service, our last sitting, we spoke about some people using the name of members of parliament to dupe others under the pretext of providing jobs for the people. And the IG dedicated an officer who came to parliament to work on that. Some of them have been arrested as a result of that. So we want to encourage you to continue because they are also using different methods. So if your office can continue and work on them and get all of them to book. So we want to thank you for the effort you are making.
Honorable Chair, we are grateful and we'll continue to do that. So we are ready to receive all complaints as far as these fraudulent acts are concerned. IG has set a special task unit to handle this, and especially when it is coming from members of parliament. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And the another one, again, is that throughout our public hearing as a committee, especially when we go to the regions, issues that have been reported to the police, and the police to do investigation, the investigation is never completed. And some, they don't undertake any investigation at all. So it means that the department who have reported those cases to the police are handicapped. When they visit the police station, they will tell them, oh, we are still doing investigation. And they never complete the investigation. So we want to appeal to the IGP to give some kind of directive to the officers in the regions so that when issues are reported to them by especially the district assembly, the secondary schools and others, they should take some attention to it and work on them and come to a conclusion. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chair, we will comply accordingly.
All right, thank you. Ghana Police Service, you are discharged. Now let's have Ghana Prison Service. So, because Prison Service is coming, I discharge you now fully with the Immigration Service so that we can take Prison Service. All right, thank you very much. So, Ghana Prison Service, kindly introduce yourself to the committee.
Honorable Chairman and members, my name is Isaac Kofi Ejir, the Director General of Ghana Prison Service.
Honorable Chairman, my name is Reverend Superintendent Moses Kwame Anima, Acting Chief Internal Auditor.
Oh, this is Fire. Fire, also introduce yourself.
Honorable Chairman, thank you for the opportunity. I am Chief Officer Julius Kunor, Chief Officer of Ghana National Fire Service.
I am Deputy Chief Officer Mark Bakwampia, Director of Finance, Fire Service.
Deputy Chief Officer Heroin Secretary, Director of Logistics, Fire Service.
Thank you very much. So we'll go straight to the Ghana Prison Service infractions. The first one is paragraph 557. Honorable Isaac Opoku.
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman, Obuasi Local Prisons, one of your separated staff, in fact, he passed on to glory, and you continue to pay him for 3 months. The amount involved is 5,169 Ghana cedis. You were required to recover the amount from the next of kin. Have you been able to recover the amount?
Honorable Chairman, the annual salary of 5,169.33 pesos has been fully recovered from the next of kin and same paid to government chest.
Auditors, are you able to confirm? Honorable Chair, the total amount has been recovered. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So let's move to the next one. Honorable Sam George. Paragraph 559. Honorable Roxon, take it.
Chairman, thank you very much. Paragraph 559 is in respect of outstanding health insurance claims. And auditors recommended that we should pursue recovery. We are in July 2023. What has happened to the recovery?
Honorable Chairman, out of the figure of 263,408.49 pesos, National Health Insurance Authority has refunded 195,770 Ghana cedis, leaving a balance of 67,638, which we are still pursuing with the authority.
When was the last time they paid the 195,000?
Open the appendix.
Okay, waiting for the answer. Have you alerted the auditors regarding this payment?
Yes,
you
Honorable
have.
Chair.
You have. Okay. We are interested in the recovery of the outstanding 67,000. So you need money. So take efforts and recover that. Auditors, can you confirm the payment of 195,770?
Honorable Chair, a total of 207,863.91 have been recovered, leaving a balance of 55,544.58.
So your figure is different from that of the service. Service, can you confirm?
Honorable Chair, yeah, this the one with them is updated. And
Yes,
think
I
it
can
was-
see
yes,
that.
it was sent to them.
So I want you to confirm that indeed you have received more than you have informed
as I
the
have.
committee.
Yes, Honorable Chair.
And that you are left with 55,000 to collect.
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Okay. We encourage you to do that. Chairman, that will be all for the service on this matter.
All right, thank you very much. The next infraction is on paragraph 561, and that is about expired warrants of 125 inmates under remand. What has happened to these 125 inmates?
Honorable Chair, we'll be able to dialogue with police, work on it. Out of the 125 expired warrants, as of today, we are left with 6 to be taken care of. And we contacted the police, and they've indicated the dates that they will be coming for them as attached to the reports.
So how long have these 6 been in your custody since the expiration of the warrants?
Mayor. Honorable Chair, we have one who has spent 1 year, 11 months. A second one also has spent 1 year, 3 months. We have also 1 year, 2 months. Yes, please.
Sir, that sounds very serious, though. I don't know what kind of offenses that they committed. By being there 1 year, 2 months on expired warrant?
Almost all of them are murder.
Murder.
Yes, please.
Auditors, could you confirm what they're saying, please? The number of inmates out there.
Honorable Chair, per our status, we still have 45 inmates still left with unexpired warrant. With expired warrant as against the 11. Thank you.
Sir, Ghana Prison Service, your number is different from what the auditors have.
Honorable Chair, we updated just yesterday.
Oh.
So it's with them.
So, but you gave the information to them yesterday?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
But you had the letter some weeks ago that you were coming here.
Honorable Chair, as I said, we kept dialoguing with the police for them to come for the email. So as and when they come, then we update the auditors. So currently we have 5 outstanding.
I thought you said 6.
Yes. I've been informed that just yesterday they came for another email. 4th July.
It was 6, and yesterday
they came.
we updated it to 5.
Honorable Chair,
Yes,
as police come for them, we update.
But if we had had this information earlier on, we would have questioned the police. You know, why they've kept these people in your custody with expired warrants. If you have that information that you have only 5 now, can you furnish the auditors with that information?
Yes, Honorable Chair. I'll comply.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. We are done with the prison service. You have a question to ask? Okay.
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much for the opportunity. I don't know whether it's a question, but I think it's concern. It's good the prison services have allowed the media access to some of their facilities and to bring out some of these concerns about forgotten remand prisoners. And some of them may just be maybe even allegations, not proven yet. And the more we keep them there, not taking them through the full judicial process for cases to be determined, the more we are keeping them in custody, sometimes for an offense that may not be properly proven in court later. So the prison service should also help on their own and have proper record so they can alert the police to act much more quicker than they are doing and not wait for auditors to come in and review before some actions are taken. Maybe this is just in Sawam. We don't know the situation in other areas. So possibly try to, if it is digitalizing or whatever it is that you do, so things like that can pop up quickly for you to act on. It's not fair to them to really keep them for such long. Mr. Chairman, thank you very much for the opportunity.
Honorable Chair, I would like to inform the House that we have a monthly returns on all remand prisoners with expired warrants to the Police and Attorney General's office. It's something we keep doing. Thank you, sir.
Chairman, thank you, and we are very grateful for that information because I'm aware. But you see, as a practitioner, it's a border for us. That is why, for instance, we have established a high court within your yard to be able to sort out some of these problems in Nsawam. So you don't have to move the prisoners all the way to Accra and cite logistical problems. So I'm still shocked for auditors to determine that we still have inmates whose warrants have expired. And we are not arranging timeously with prosecution, police prosecution, and the AG's office to have them reviewed and revised and fresh orders given. So going forward, I think that if you submit the monthly reports to prosecution, you should be alerting the AGs. If you alert the AGs, I think that they normally, as part of the Justice for All programs, they can factor some of these people into the program and have expeditious hearing of their matter. And if they qualify, they are taken out. Because you cry for resources. You don't have enough to feed them. So those who are not supposed to be there, you must take steps that you flush them out. Chairman, that's my observation on the matter. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. Mine is a very straightforward question. Can you let us know the current feeding fee per inmate per day and when it was increased the last time?
Honorable Chair, the rate is 1 cedi 80 pesos. 1 cedi 80 pesos per day.
And this has been the rate for how long? Because I want to know the last time there was an increase.
Honorable Chair, since 2011.
Can you repeat that again, please?
2011.
2011.
Yes, Honorable.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, I think my question has been answered. It's 1 cedi 80 pesos per inmate per day, and this has been the status quo since 2011.
2011?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
So how are you managing it? Is that you?
Mr. Chairman,
how are you managing the 1 cedi 80 pesos?
Honorable Chair, I think my minister wanted to.
No, but you are there. You are managing the fund.
Yes, we have farms all over the country, and it is our farm that has stood in since the problem of feeding arose. And this is what we are doing to complement government's effort in feeding the inmates.
Yeah, because if you don't have any support from the farms, it will be difficult to feed inmates with 1 cedi, 80 pesos in a day. So that's the answer. It's give us, but still the 1 cedi, 80 pesos. And does the money come regularly?
Mr. Chairman, I wanted to say something.
Okay.
About the 1 cedi, 80 pesos, the government is now ready to do something about it. So very soon, as I'll say again that.
Okay. Very soon, government will increase.
The government will increase it.
So for the past 7 years, they have not increased it.
We are going to do that. We are on it, Mr. Chairman. We are on it. We are
Since
going
2011, when the late Atamils increased it, nobody else increased it. Nobody else increased it until
Chairman,
now. You are
will
thinking
increase
about
it.
it.
We will
Okay.
increase it in no
Okay.
time, please.
Please do something about it.
We are going to do that. Thank you.
Director of Prisons, you mentioned that, and I quote, "This is what we are doing to complement government's efforts," unquote. In this case, who is government?
Honorable Minister, your question is disallowed.
Because,
they are government. They are
exactly.
government, all right.
So,
but the money that comes directly from the consolidated fund is what he meant by government. So they support it from their internally work to support the one come from the consolidated fund.
That internal work is also a government process. So he is government.
Yes.
So if he's putting together programs and activities to feed prisoners, then it's all part of the Ghanaian effort.
Is it because he said government?
No, taking himself out of government.
Okay.
You are part of
the
government.
service.
You are government.
The service has been using the produce from the farm to complement what they receive from the consolidated fund. Are you okay with that? But that is from government. All right, thank you very much. Mr. Jerry, thank you very much. Now, your new number, I haven't received it, so if you can give it to me.
Yes, Honorable. I will do it.
You are discharged. Now, let's have a Ghana Fire Service. Paragraph 564, Honorable Ajib Watson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This has to do with failure to execute portions of contracts, and the amount involved is 38,690. And it has to do with your Bono Regional Office, where the contractor was paid even though he had not fully discharged his obligations on the contract. To start off, what is the current situation?
Honourable Chairman, thank you for the opportunity. The outstanding works cited have been duly completed. And the consultant, that's AESL, have prepared its final report to bring to a close to all issues related to the project.
So the project has been completed?
It's been completed, Honourable Chairman.
But if you look at the recommendation, the auditors ask that the amount involved should be paid out of the retention amount. I want to find out, did the contractor come to complete the project, or these supplies were done with the retention amount?
They came to complete.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can the auditors confirm for us, please?
The project has since been completed.
That will be all for me, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you. Now, the last one is on Bibiani Municipal Fire Station. And Honorable Aka will take it.
Thank you, Chairman. Yeah. Mr. Abdullah Issa died on 2nd February 2020, but his validation continued until from February 2020 to June 2020, resulting in the payment of an earned salary totaling 13,545. I'd like to know if this money has been recovered. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman. The unearned salary of 13,545 Ghana cedis has been fully recovered. Management wrote to the bank of the late Mr. Abdullah Issa to pay the monies to Chest. The bank duly complied and paid the monies to the Controller and Accountant General. Evidence of the recovery is attached as Appendix 2.
All right, auditors, can you please confirm?
Honorable Chair, the total amount has fully been recovered and paid same to Controller and Accountant General's account. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you very much. That will be all for Ghana National Fire Service, and that also ends the infractions for the Ministry of the Interior. I want to thank you very much for coming and assisting the committee to deal with the matter. You are finally discharged.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Everything said here, we are going to work on it.
Okay.
Next time coming here, we'll come with 4 of them. Thank you.
Which means that
I thought you said you won't come at all. I thought you said you won't come at all.
What is it? I should come back.
I thought.
I'm not coming. Chairman, we are not coming back. I think everything is set here.
Yeah. I'm happy. I'm not happy that you are coming in a full vim.
Yes.
You should have said that you will not come here again. But you said you are coming full vim.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. No, I'm fine.
Let's have Ministry of Food and Agriculture as well as Ministry of Energy. Ministry of Energy, you have only one issue, so we'll take you first before Agric. We are going to swear in the Ministry of Energy and Ministry of Food and Agriculture. Kindly take the oath. So, Minister, all your directors should take part in the oath.
Please, the Bible, Quran in your right hand.
I, Ohel Sama,
swear by the Almighty God.
Swear by the Almighty God.
That the evidence I shall give before this committee.
that the evidence that shall be before this committee,
touching the matter in issue,
touching the matter in issue,
shall be the truth,
shall be the truth,
the whole truth,
the whole truth,
and nothing but the truth.
and nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you.
I'm told that the minister and the deputy are not available, and so the chief director and the other directors are here. Is
Yes,
that the
Honorable.
case?
Yes, Honorable, that's the case.
All right. You have only one issue, so we'll just take you.
Thank you very much.
And the issue is about unpresented PVs. And the total amount involved is 2,446,321 Ghana cedis. And then also $727. Now the auditors noted that 14 PVs were used in disbursing this amount and were not presented for examination. Now, in the absence of the PVs and the supporting document, the auditors could not authenticate the transactions and therefore recommended that the chief director and the head of the finance should refund the money. That is the recommendation of the auditors. Have you refunded the money?
Thank you, Honorable Chairman. The ministry has retrieved all the payment vouchers and presented same to the auditors for verification, inspection and verification, please.
Where were the PVs at the time of the audit?
At the time of the audit, I think they were a bit encumbered. There were a number of audits taking place at the time, the chef projects and the main ministry audits. So at the time, the finance department was unable to present all. Immediately, the processes was completed. They went through the process to present the PVs to the auditors for inspection and verification. And as I speak, they've all been inspected and verified.
Okay, thank you. So before I ask the auditors to respond or confirm, I forgot to ask you to introduce yourself. So kindly do that for me.
My name is Wilhelmina Asamoah, Chief Director.
Richard Kokubodu, Acting Director Finance.
Isaac Nsakubain, the Director in charge of Policy Planning, Budgeting, Monitoring, and Evaluation. Policy Planning.
Ernest Riafi Boateng, Director Internal Audit.
All right, thank you. Auditors, can you confirm that all the PVs have been retrieved and then verified by you and you are satisfied?
Honorable Chair, all the PVs and the supporting documents have been given to us, which we have duly verified and satisfied. Thank you.
That'll be all for the ministry. You are discharged.
Thank you very much, Honorable.
You are grateful, Honorable.
Minister of Agric. Hello, Minister. Kindly take the center. So, kindly introduce yourselves.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. My name is Barney Champon, Minister for Food and Agriculture.
Yeah, my name is Yafrin Poado, Deputy Minister, Food and Agriculture.
Chairman, my name is Hadi Tufiru, Deputy Minister, Food and Agriculture.
Honorable Chair, my name is Robert Patrick Ankobia, Chief Director.
Honorable Chair, Abdul Rashid Tahiru, Financial Controller, MUFA.
Honorable Chair, my name is Albert Apia Amwaku, the Acting Principal, Kwadaso Agricultural College.
Thank you very much. You're welcome once again. Okay.
Honorable Chair, my name is Amatus Kwame Bella Kwendeyan, Director of Agriculture Engineering Services Directorate.
Yeah, so you have a number of issues from the headquarters and then other department of division of the ministry. Now, there are also Department of Agriculture in the districts. We learned that they are not directly under the ministry. They are under the local government service. So we will be taking them when the Minister for Local Government appear before the committee. So if we mention a department that is not under you, let us know so that we can know where we can place it appropriately. So the first one is on paragraph 476. That one is the headquarters. And unpresented payment vouchers. So Ministry of Food and Agriculture is Greater Accra. 6 PVs. Total amount, 253,827 Ghana cedis. You have not presented those PVs for verification. Have you presented them now, after the audit?
Honorable Chairman, yes, PVs have been presented and verified. The amount actually relates to the ministry to the extent of 541,387.60. And Crop Services Directorate had since cleared 77,600 Ghana cedis. And all PVs from the directorate have been sent to the auditors. They've been verified, actually.
All right. Audit service, the 7 PVs amounting to 77,600 from the Directorate of Crop Services. Has that been verified and cleared by you?
Honorable Chair, all the PVs have been provided and we have verified them.
One of the headquarters is the 6 PVs amounting to 253. They have also been cleared.
Yes, same has been done.
All right. Let's move to paragraph 479. Honorable Isaac Opoku.
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman, 479 is also about unpresented payment vouchers. And the number of PVs involved is 4, and the amount is 15,340. Have we been able to make the PVs available for the auditors to verify now?
Honorable Chair, we have made the PVs available, the total value of it. the first amount or the first breakdown, 14,940 Ghana cedis has been submitted and cleared. And the difference, the balance of 400, which was outstanding, has been found and submitted for verification.
Auditors, are you able to confirm that?
Honorable Chair, as you rightly said, the 14,940 have been presented, and we have verified them. The 400, yes, we were made to known yesterday, so we'll go back and check that one as well.
Chairman, we are good to go.
All right. Let's go to paragraph 487, and Vice Chairman should take it. 487.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. We have some unretired accountable impress of 5,346. What has happened to this amount?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The amount has been retired and same has been verified by the auditors.
Can the auditors confirm that, please?
Honorable Chair, confirmed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Now let's do paragraph 496. It's about indebtedness of tractor and equipment beneficiaries. Tractor and beneficiary and equipment beneficiaries, 9,521,000 Ghana cedis. Now these are for Mercy Ferguson tractors, Valtra tractors, and New Holland tractors. All these people owe the ministry. Now the recommendation is that the Chief Director and the Director of Engineering should recover the outstanding debts from the defaulting companies and individuals together with interest at the prevailing Bank of Ghana interest rates. Have you been able to recover this money from the beneficiaries?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I will leave the Director of Engineering to give appropriate answers to this. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, we have been able to recover a total of 1,332,000. Meanwhile, we are still pursuing the debtors to get the money. We have published, served a public notice in the papers, and we are thinking of we'll write to the individuals concerned to inform them of their indebtedness. Thank you, sir.
You are thinking of writing to them?
Oh, sorry, we'll write to them, Honorable sir.
This is 2021 report.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman.
I'm coming before you respond. This is 2021 report.
Yes, Honorable.
The report came in June 2022, so it's well over 1 year now. You still haven't written to them to demand the money?
Mr. Chairman, I stand in for my director. In fact, letters have been written to them already, and part of what we see here.
Who wrote the letters?
The chief director. Chief director did.
Without the Director of Engineering's knowledge?
No, it was an oversight.
Without the knowledge of the director in engineering, the one who is at the engineering department servicing here, where they pick the tractors, where you are keeping the tractors, he has a record of all those people who the tractors have been issued to, sold to, and the chief director at the ministry here wrote the letters to these people without the knowledge of the director engineering.
Mr. Chairman, the process is this. He writes a memo to the chief director because he cannot take that action direct. So he writes a memo to chief director, and the chief director...
What is the memo about?
It's about the recovery of those monies, to inform them about...
So, and the chief director wrote to demand the money without letting the director engineering know?
But I said it was an oversight, I mean.
Please.
It was an oversight because he's aware. That's why I'm saying that his first statement was it was an oversight. So please pardon us and let's move on. That's it. And again, I must also put on record that part of this money should come from the Ministry of Local Government. And they've been written to, and they've given the assurance that henceforth they are going to take the money from the District Assembly's Common Fund. And that's where we are pursuing.
Oh, it means that some of the tractors have been issued to the district assemblies?
Yes.
So the money will come from the Ministry of Local Government, or where?
Exactly so. Exactly.
Now, on the letters written to the individual demanding the money, can you show this committee a copy?
Honorable Chair, we were here the last time, and this matter of tractor indebtedness came up. The action we promised to take was to publish the names of those who owed the ministry. That list came to my attention, and we decided that as a first step, we will rather publish a demand notice in the newspapers. And that was exactly what we did, to see how the response will be. When we did that, we raised the amount that he mentioned. People came and responded. We were hoping, but along the line it stopped. So now that the matter has come up again, what we intend to do is to go further, because in the first case we did not publish names, but this time we are going to publish the names, because clearly they didn't heed the what do you call it? Yes, the initial request for them. And there are copies of the letter that we have sent to the individuals and indeed to the local government ministry about the indebtedness to the ministry. And we have had assurance, especially from the local government ministry, that they are going to work on it to ensure that we are able to recover the funds. Thank you.
I haven't finished my question. I'll finish, then you come in. Now, I mentioned 3 types of equipment: the Massey Ferguson, Valtra, and the New Holland. I saw some people's name under each of these equipment. Somebody was giving Massey Ferguson, and then at the same time giving Valtra. Somebody was also giving Valtra and giving New Holland. What is the policy on these tractors? Is an individual entitled to more than one equipment, one tractor?
Honorable Chair, thank you very much. Those individual names came and picked these machines on behalf of the district assemblies. And each assembly each assembly benefited 2 tractors. So if, because of the quantities of each brand, you may not be able to get the same brand. So you get one, let's say A, another one can be B. Thank you.
So the tractors were sold to the district assembly, not these individuals?
Yes, Honorable Sir.
So keeping the record of these individuals show as if they are the people who received the tractors. Why don't you put the district assembly's name in your record?
Well noted, sir.
At least if you put the district assembly's name and then put the person's name into bracket, then we can explain that the tractors were issued to the assembly, but these are the people who signed for on behalf of the assembly. It will help. Now, if I had not asked this question, I've taken this report, I will assume that somebody, I don't want to mention name, had received 2 tractors.
You are right, sir.
All right, so go and correct your record.
Yes, sir.
Now, auditors, can you confirm that at least 1 million had been recovered?
Honorable Chair, an amount of 1,300,000 Ghana cedis has been recovered, leaving a balance of 7,921,000 Ghana cedis. Thank you.
All right, Honorable Kofi.
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. It's true that this issue came up the last time the ministry was here, and some promises were made. I want to find out whether you have changed your policy in relation to supply of this equipment, because the district level institution, that's the district agric office, also makes recommendation before you even allow purchases, even for individuals who are ready with cash to pay. That recommendation is needed. And where the machine is going is also part of the documentation. So I cannot buy a machine stating that it will be used maybe in Asuchware, and then it ends up in maybe Nantom. That will be, or it will end up in Nantom. That should be wrong. That should not be allowed. So what is happening, for which reason it's becoming maybe a bit difficult to locate? Is it that people purchase it for a particular area and take it to another place, or you have traced and found out that truly the tractors are being used where they are intended to be, but it's just the payment that is not coming up? That's my worry.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. In fact, we've also identified some of such anomalies, and in the new program that we are going to launch very soon, I mean, all these things will come to an end, because we aren't going to use that system again, because there are challenges. I mean, it's quite difficult tracing, so from KJB to Honorable Mutale's constituency. It's a bit difficult, That's why we want to change the whole process. So be rest assured.
You mean to say that the country is very big? Too big for you to handle?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Mr. Chairman, I say so also because I know they've trained persons who service this equipment, and they must be serviced from time to time, and not just by quacks. For example, for Massey Ferguson, it's a machine that has been around for some time. So it's easy sometimes to get persons who help to serve you. So most people want to go for it. But if you don't get it, you pick like a Valtra or New Holland. You need some persons with experience to service them. And if you mix track, because part of the contract is regularly for these persons to come and service. Is it also the case that the service regime is not being followed? The service regime, if it's being followed, then they should be able to trace every machine if they are following the service regime and you are receiving reports regularly. I'm a farmer and I've acquired some of the machinery, so I know what it is that I'm talking about. Is it the case that you are not doing it?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. There are local agents for each of the brands. They don't cross over. For example, Ferguson has its brand, New Holland has its brand, and Valtra has their brands, local agents. Within the warranty period, that's for 1 year, these local agents go around to service the machines for you. But the issue comes after the warranty period. People may feel that cost of the genuine spare parts are too high. That is why they go their way to find other spare parts to do. But we encourage them. So far you buy a Benz car, for example, if you go to the dealer for servicing, the lifespan of your car is going to be longer. But if you try to cut corners, buy other inferior parts, definitely the lifespan of your Benz car will be lowered down. So we are encouraging them to do it. And they go around to fix machines for them. I remember somebody bought this year, he picked his Massey Ferguson tractor and sent to Gulukwati. 2 weeks, he had a problem. Mechanical lawyer followed up. They fixed it for him. A fault came again. They followed up. The third one, they went and saw the problem for him. So the local agents are actually on the ground working. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Now, the gentleman in blue, is he the Chief Director? He's what? Chief Director, you made a comment that I'm a little bit confused. You said you published some names in the about the tractors. Were letters written to those who owe on this, or you published the names in the newspaper?
Honorable Chair, what I said was that we decided to publish the names, but then as a first step, we decided to issue a demand notice in the newspapers, general.
It was general.
Yes, to alert people that if they don't make good their indebtedness to the ministry, then we were going to advise ourselves. And now that the recovery level is not, as we expected, our next step that will be considered or contemplated will be to publish names. That's the clarification I want.
Now, some of these names, it was explained to the committee that some people picked it up for assemblies. Did the assembly sign any form of contract with your ministry?
I can speak to it. Okay. Honorable Chairman, my response to this is that the request emanated from the Ministry of Local Government, the minister. And in that letter, she indicated the terms of payment, which was accepted, and that formed the basis for the release of the equipment, the tractor equipment to the assemblies. And so the district chief executives subsequently came to Accra, and at the engineering directorate, they took delivery of these items and signed.
So with the names published in this report, will these be the names that you publish in the newspapers? Because, Chief Director, I don't have any confidence that this money will be recovered because of the way that we've gone about this. These were purchased in 2019. And it doesn't look to me that there is any effort to recover the rest of the amounts. Unfortunately, that's the way I feel. Because there's been so much of convoluted stuff over here. Which names are you going to publish in the newspapers? Those who picked it up or the assemblies?
Mr. Chairman, as we indicated, at least we know who picked what. And the first indication is that we've made some recoveries. And the second step, and we acknowledge the fact that it is inadequate. That's why we are contemplating the second step, and we are going to publish the names, and steps are being taken to ensure that we get full recovery. It is quite a difficult situation.
It is not a difficult situation. If you determine to collect the money, it's not difficult. How difficult is it to publish names?
No, that's what that one we are going to do it. But you see.
So please go ahead and do it.
Thank you.
Go ahead and do it. Publish it, because it shows that this 2021 report, it shows that the people are not making any effort to pay the money. So publish their names, and they'll come forward and pay.
We are going to do exactly that, Mr. Chairman.
Yes. Now let's go to paragraph 499, which is Agric Engineering Services Directorates. Failure to refund bond amount, 34,246 and 6.9 million yen. So the ministry sponsored one Ernest Ohene Nkansa, an assistant agricultural engineer, for a study leave for 2 years. Then, after the completion of the course, he started serving his bond from September 2017, but resigned on May 1, 2020. That's 16 months to completion of the bond term. So the auditors observed that he had failed to refund a total of 34,246.33 and 6.9 million yen, being salaries earned and the cost of the other expenses incurred on him by the ministry. The recommendation is that the directorate should recover the money from Mr. Ernest Ohene Nkansa. Has the recovery been made?
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. When he resigned, I've informed the Chief Director about it with a letter. Then I wrote to him to inform him that he had not served, there's an unserved part of the bond which he has to, because of that, he has to pay back those amounts. We found it difficult actually to get the total amount, but the Office of Head of Civil Service gave out the analysis. The money he earned, salary he enjoyed while he was on study leave, and the package for the program. So I communicated this to him. At a point, I sent him reminders. He didn't heed to my voice. Then I sent a reminder to one of the guarantors that this is the issue at hand. So far as NS has refused to honor the bond, then the gavel falls on her head. I traced her to where she works with the letter. We couldn't get her, and somebody received the letter on her behalf and signed for it. So I record to show that the guarantor had been served to pay for the bond. If the NS has not paid, then she has to pay. That is where we have gotten to. Now, I have to communicate this to my chief director. So now look at the next action we are going to take. Thank you.
When was the date? What date is on that letter you served on the guarantor, which was receipted by somebody on her
12 September 2022.
So ever since, did you do a follow-up?
Honorable, I've been following up. At one point, when I use my phone to call her, she does not respond.
Okay.
So I used somebody's phone to call her. That was last week. And I told her we were coming to PAC to answer this question. So what is what is she doing about it? She said she was going to call me back. I used my number to call the next moment. She refused to pick my call.
But you know where she works?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
What is the name of the guarantor?
Bella Rosalind and Cancer. I believe they may be siblings or cousins. I don't know. They bear the same name.
Where does she work?
Food, FDA.
FDA, Food and Drugs Authority.
Yes, sir.
Food and Drugs Authority. Yeah, so I'm sure she's listening to us. Or watching. Or the officers of FDA are watching. They should tell her that she should make sure she locates the NS cancer guy to come and refund the money. If not, we'll ask the police to come and pick them. Pick her, and then she can show us where the NS can be located.
Yes, sir.
So we are giving you 2 weeks to do a follow-up. If you have not made any success, report the case to the police. And then the police will go and pick the person. The next one is the Human Resource Development Management Directorate. And paragraph 502 is also about unaccounted revenue by GCB, 16,270. The recommendation is that the head of the directorate and accounts should liaise with the GCB Bank to ensure that the total amount is refunded to the directorate account. Has that been done?
Mr. Chairman, we've written to the Ghana Commercial Bank. They have responded that they are taking steps to pay.
Have they indicated how long they will take to pay?
Mr. Chairman, they have not indicated, but I do not believe it will take long.
What is the date on the response from them?
The response from them is dated 20th June 2023.
It means that your letter to them was also in this year.
No, Mr. Chairman, our letter to them, respectfully, even was as of last year.
Last year.
1st April 2022.
And it took them 1 year to respond? Or you did a follow-up before they responded?
It took them more than 1 year.
Wow.
What happened is, I believe they have a default position. This is in respect of forms that they sell on our behalf. So they have a default position that once they sell the form, they will take a certain commission. But we had an arrangement with them to ensure that they do not take that. So we just reminded them of the content of that agreement. And now they have seen that and they are ready and willing to pay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
So GCB is listening to us. Management of GCB. 16,270 Ghana cedis. Please, refund the money to the Ministry of Food and Agriculture immediately. And in 2 weeks' time, update the audit service. if you have received the money. Now let's go to Agricultural College, Nzima. The report says Nzima dash Kumasi. That is paragraph 490. Agri College, Nzima, dash 90, in Ashanti region, is uncompetitive procurement, that you have procured goods and services from 61 PVs, totaling 615,717 Ghana cedis, without using the appropriate procurement methods, which is an infraction we have decided as a committee to refer to the Attorney General for prosecution. So we'll not even ask you any question.
Mr.
If
Chairman,
you have any explanation, when Attorney General contacts you, you go and explain to the judge.
Mr. Chairman, we need to make some interventions here.
Intervention?
Yes, I mean, that's why we are here. That's why we are accompanied.
No. Made an intervention by explaining the situation to the judge.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I appreciate.
Let me listen to you, but they will not change my position, though.
Oh, that Mr. Chairman, that maybe we.
That is why I said you explain to the judge.
Yeah. Because I thought we could.
No. It's a decision. It's a procurement breach. And under Section 51 of the Act, you are to be sanctioned. And the prescription of that sanction, which is in the law, can only be determined by the judge, not this committee. We have the powers of a high court, but we don't have the power to do that. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Very well.
So, clerk, add the name. But the name, is it Agri College Nzima Kumasi? It's Kwaraso. Oh, okay. Because I know that Nzima is in the western region. Okay. Then paragraph 482, which is Animal Protection Directorates. Animal Production Directorate, sorry. Revenue not accounted for. Animal Production Directorates, Greater Accra, 6,835 Ghana cedi. Has it been accounted for now?
Mr. Chairman, yes, it has been accounted for.
Auditors, can you confirm?
Honorable Chair, confirm.
Okay. The next one is paragraph 485. Honorable Dakwa.
Thank you, Chairman. So your issue has to do with outstanding indebtedness to suppliers. Okay. The Auditor General noted that there's a total indebtedness to indebtedness. You don't say indebted. Yes, today is Friday, Chairman. So, total indebtedness to suppliers for the supply of goods, works, and services, which amounts to 76,896. Can you update us as to whether this has been cleared, that your debts owed have been cleared?
Mr. Chairman, we've not been able to fully clear that. We have been able to clear the total of 21,662 Ghana cedis. These are monies we are yet to
So, as it stands now,
yes.
Animal Production Directorate, how much have you cleared out of that, out of 26,000?
Animal Production Directorate, out of the 26,336, we have paid 21,666.
Okay, and then Amrahia Farms.
Here we have paid 8,000 out of the 8,952 out of the 50,000.
Okay, so when are you going to settle the rest of the debt?
Mr. Chairman, this depends on releases of funds that are made available to us.
But you are owing. You have to pay. So you are also saying that you don't know when you are going to pay.
We respectfully are not saying that we do not know when we are going to pay. Steps that we have taken is that initially the farm was not having any retention, and this was what posed challenge for it to be able to meet this type of indebtedness. Thankfully, Ministry of Finance has given us some retention. So that is how come we have begun to even make good some of these debts. Hopefully, as and when we make more from the IGF, we should be able to redeem these debts, which we intend to do.
No, but I think this is from 2018 to 2020, and we're in 2023. So as at now, you should be giving some concrete date, because we don't want to come back here next year and this is the same issue that you're still trying to sort out. And so you need to give us some assurance that maybe by the end of the year, you'll cover the cost, and then we know you are working towards it.
Mr. Chairman, we will do our very best to ensure that by the end of the year, we are able to make substantial progress in this regard. Thank you.
All right, Chairman, I yield to you.
Anyway, the Amrahia one is for Honorable Kofi Adams.
I've taken it.
Let's go to paragraph 482 again, and I want Honorable Kofi Adams to do that on the Plant Protection and Regulatory Services Directorate. Paragraph 482.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. It's to do with revenue not accounted for, and in this case, the Plant Protection and Regulatory Services Directorate, Greater Accra, an amount of 174,994 cedis 17 pesos have not been accounted for. The recommendation was for the institution to recover these from the heads of accounts, failing which the head of institution himself must pay. Have you recovered this money from the head of accounts? And if not, has the head of institution paid for?
Mr. Chairman, out of the amount of 174,994, 160,704 has been accounted for and verified by the auditors.
And what happens to the balance? The balance that was not accounted for.
The balance of 14,290, I believe the Auditor General has surcharged the officer who is on interdiction.
The Auditor General asks you to recover 174,000. That's what he asks you. You are answering to us that about 160,000 and some amount has been accounted for in terms of documentation, leaving almost about 13,000 not accounted for with documentation. And I'm asking what has happened to that component of the amount.
Mr. Chairman, which was the exact response I gave, that in respect of the 14,940, same has not been accounted for, and the individual involved the officer, has been surcharged by the Auditor General.
So has he paid?
And he's on interdiction. The matter has also been referred to the police.
No, let me find out from you again. Per the report we are dealing with, the Auditor General says you were unable to account for 174. So as far as they are concerned, they expect you to account for, to recover 174. It is your checks that shows that you have been able to account for some amount of money. So if you are giving me a certain update that is not available to me, well, let me find out from the auditors first before I'll come back to you. Auditors, I want to find out from you. He says they have been able to account for 160, and you have surcharged them for the remaining. What has happened to the surcharge? Have they paid the surcharge? Is that the case also?
Honorable Chair, we can confirm an amount of 160,704.17 accounted for, leaving a balance of 14,290 unaccounted for.
So that's why I'm asking. You accounted to them for this amount. So the remaining amount that the officer has been surcharged to pay, in this case, that should be either cash or whatever. What have you done?
Mr. Chairman, I've answered, but let me try and clarify. The Auditor General has the power of surcharge. Now, they say you have to account for 174. You've been able to account for 160. The 14 is left, and they have taken the step to exercise their power of surcharge. Rightly so. And we are saying, to that extent, we would wait for the outcome of that. We have reported same to also the police. And it's on interdiction.
Mr. Chairman, to add to what my FC is saying, we have done our part. The Auditor General has taken the next step by surcharging. The person is on interdiction. We've come to the end of where we can get to. So I think the rest, the onus doesn't lie.
You have come to the end of your road. All right, so let me find out from the auditors. Out of the 174, it's claimed that the balance which is handled by accounted for is 14,000 plus. Is that the case before you?
Honorable Chair, yes.
So you have surcharged the officer for that balance?
Honorable Chair, we have to confirm that from our legal unit.
Yes. You have to confirm that he has been surcharged. And a surcharge doesn't mean that the officer must pay immediately. In fact, the officer can go to court and challenge the surcharge. And then if the court determines that the person must pay, he pays. That is how it works. So let's leave it there. Just confirm that truly the person has been surcharged. All right. Let's go to paragraph 509. It's on use GCR not included in returns submitted. So according to the auditors, some GCRs were used, about 9 GCRs were used. No, GCRs were used at 9 collection points in collecting revenue amounting to 1.244 million. But they were not submitted to the audit service for verification. And then the regions or the collection points have been provided. Now, the total amount, 1.244. The recommendation is that the head of the directorates and accounts should immediately liaise with the collection points involved to ensure that the GCRs are submitted for review. Have you submitted the GCRs for verification?
Mr. Mr. Chairman, okay.
Mr. Chairman, now, if you look at the findings of the Auditor General, it is to the effect that it is the returns, not the GCRs. It's not GCRs that are supposed to be furnished the auditors, but that when the returns are submitted, it is supposed to contain certain details, including information regarding the GCR. So this recommendation is more or less an enhancement on the response that we are supposed to be given by way of returns, and not that GCRs are supposed to be submitted that have not been submitted.
No, listen to the heading.
Okay.
Used GCRs not included in returns submitted.
Yes.
So they have used the GCRs. They didn't include them in the returns they have submitted for review.
Yes.
And they are asking that the directorate and the accounts should liaise with the collection points to ensure that the returns for the used GCRs are submitted for review. So the returns for the used GCRs are submitted for review. Have you submitted the returns for the used GCR for the review?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. But I was just trying to clarify that that point.
You didn't write that point, though. It's the auditor who wrote it. So it's the auditor who should clarify that point, because maybe the English is not very clear. See, they have used the GCRs. Those GCRs they have used must be part of returns that they submit to the Plant Protection and Regulatory Services Directorate for review by the auditors. But they did not include those used GCRs in the return they have submitted to the Directorate. So they are asking that those 9 collection points should include the GCR that they have used in the returns that they will submit to the Directorate for review. That is the way I understood the English. Now you said they have included the used GCR in the return for review. For review by the Directorate or by the auditors?
By the auditors. Mr. Chairman, the returns, if we can substitute the word returns, we should be speaking about reports.
Okay.
So within the report, it must contain this detail. I'm trying to clarify this. So the impression as though there is 1.2 to be accounted for is set aside. That's the exact point I'm trying to make.
All right, auditors, the GCRs that were not included in the returns or the reports for your review, have you now reviewed them?
Honorable Chair, those reports or those returns have been made available, but we have not concluded our examination yet. We are yet to go through everything.
What are you examining? Is it the GCR you are examining or what?
Yes, we want to be sure that everything is accurate as
okay, so
been presented.
How long do you think you can do that? Now you are busy working here with us, or there are other officers doing the...
Our branch head will handle it.
Okay, so I think 2 weeks should be sufficient to do that and give us the report. Paragraph 512, Honorable Ranking.
Thank you, Chairman. You have return checks amounting to 50,820 cedis. And these return checks have not been made good. I want to know whether you have gotten your money from the customers.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Out of the total of 50,820, 37,950 has been recovered and verified by the auditors.
$37,000.
37,950.
Made up of which checks?
Mr. Chairman, just a second.
Mm-hmm. This is 900. Did you say 20 or 50?
Mr. Chairman, the Tema collection point, GCB 004773. That's
Okay.
the first item of 30,000 has been verified. The CMC 22787 of 7,920 has also been verified.
Yeah, okay.
Then the last one, which is the 30 Ghana cedis, has also been verified.
Okay. So what about the 11,640 cedis?
Mr. Chairman, the remaining is 12,870, and we've gotten in touch with the institutions, and they are taking steps to.
Brother, these are return checks, and they have been outstanding for 2 years or so. So what do you mean by we have gotten in touch with the institutions?
Mr. Chairman, very kindly, we wrote to them, and institutions would also want to be sure, even though we have communicated to them, they also want to do their reconciliation that the money has not left their account before they would get back to us.
So when did you write to them?
Our last communication to them was as of June this year.
2023.
That is so, Mr.
Because you were coming here. What was your first communication to
Mr.
them?
Chairman, we have a job to recover, and we would want as much as possible to appear before
What
you.
was
haven't
your
recovered.
first communication to them? Because you said that's your last communication. That's why I'm asking for the first one.
Yes. Mr. Chairman, that was sometime last year, immediately after the report was published, after July.
You see, these are checks. They are not. Are they in dispute? I don't expect that if somebody writes a check to you to pay for something and it gets dishonored, that issue will be in dispute for months and years. And you see, the two checks in dispute are from the same company. If I'm, is it not the same? Yes. Pokuasi, GC Net. Or
Mr. Chairman, that is a collection point.
Yeah.
But the companies themselves, like I said, all they are trying to do is to reconcile and get back to us. And knowing them, we do not think this amount should be much of a challenge. The capacity to pay is there, Mr. Chairman.
But you see, capacity to pay is okay. But I'm worried that it has been outstanding for 2 years. And it's not any big amount. That's my worry. So if they have the capacity to pay, what is the problem?
Mr. Chairman, that's why I said they are also trying to reconcile, because it's a check that has been given that's not cleared. They are trying to do the reconciliation, and I'm quite confident that if we are given...
I understand reconciliation.
Yes.
So don't think I don't understand. I don't expect it to take 2 years to reconcile this. Especially when the issue is two checks. It's just two checks, and checks, what are you trying to reconcile?
Honorable, with all due respect, I don't think my officer here will say anything or do anything as you are impugning. So please, that is not the case. Okay.
Yeah, Auditor, can you confirm what they claim has been received?
Honorable Chair, a total amount of 37,950 received, leaving a balance of 12,870.06.
Officer, when do you think you can collect this money? Give me a date.
Mr. Chairman, I do not think it would exceed the end of this month.
So that is 3 weeks or 2 weeks?
I think maximum 3 weeks, but within
Okay.
2 weeks we should be able to make
Okay,
that progress.
when you do, bring the auditors into the picture so that they can confirm for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Your next infraction is about Cocoa Marketing Company indebtedness to the directorates. And then the amount involved is 1.350252. Has the Cocoa Marketing Company been able to settle this outstanding debt?
Mr. Chairman, out of the total amount of 1,350,000, an amount of 1,146,882 has been recovered.
How much is the balance outstanding?
Mr. Chairman, the balance is 203,000.
Auditors, can you confirm?
Honorable Chair, an amount of 1,147,182 has been recovered, leaving a balance of 203.70 Ghana cedis.
When are they going to settle these outstanding debts? Have you made any contact to them for them to pay?
Mr. Chairman, we did. That is how come this significant portion was...
Yeah, so have they given you any indication when they will settle the balance?
Chairman, they've given us assurance that they would settle it.
All right. Can we pursue it and then get the money?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
The last one for the Plant Protection and Regulatory Service Directorate is 500 and paragraph 516. Honorable Chinia.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairman. The infraction is unpresented use general counterfoil receipts. The audit revealed that 195 used GCRs from the various revenue collection centers across the country were not submitted for examination. The auditors have requested that you submit these GCRs for inspection. Have you done that?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, for this opportunity. Yes, our collection points in the regions, we operate in all the regions, and we have 54 active collection points, which are exit points of the country. So we supply these GCRs together with other books to them. Those who are close by, we give them very limited amount so that as soon as they are used, they are returned and new ones are given them. Some of them, the distances are very far, Kulungungu and all those places. So sometimes we give them enough books so that when they use it and it's getting finished, they will inform us and return the rest. Unfortunately, these numbers that were given were books that had been issued, but it didn't mean that they had used all of them. So recently, there has even been monitoring visits to them, and they've been able to recoup some of the ones that have been used now. So the issue is that it is not all used, but it is something that has been given them, and as and when they get them used, they return them. Thank you.
So, but the auditor said 195 used GCR. How did that come about? Because if they were not used during the audit, you should have made that known to them. Auditors, I mean, he's disputing the fact that these are not all used GCRs. What will be your response?
Honorable Chair, what happens is that normally the GCRs are given to the field officers to go and do correction. But when we come for our audit, we want to ensure that all the GCRs are brought to us for our audit. At that instance, about 195 was not available. For us at now, they've made 108 available, which we've gone through, leaving a balance of 87. But the 185 was not at the premises, and it doesn't mean that it's fully used, but it wasn't there, and we needed to audit it.
So, which means you are satisfied with his explanation?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
All right, thank you. Chairman.
So the 87 that is left, are they still being used or still with the agencies that you have issued them to? I'm asking.
Honorable Chair, please, they are still being used. We even recovered some recently, so as and when we go on monitoring also, we get them on board.
All right.
Thank you.
Let's go on to, so that'll be all for Plant Protection and Regulatory Services Directorate. Veterinary Services Directorate, paragraph 476. Honorable Aziz.
Thank you, Chairman. The infraction here has to do with unsupported payment. The head of institution was requested to recover this amount. I would like to find out if the recovery has been done, please.
Mr. Chairman, if we can get the question again.
The question has to do, the infraction here has to do with unsupported payment. And that amounts to 137,333 and 38 Ghana cedis. We're talking of 10 PVs. And the recommendation was that you should recover this amount. I would like to find out if that has been done.
Mr. Chairman, very respectfully, paragraph 476 to 478 was dealt with, and we did indicate that that money has been recovered and the auditors had verified it.
Auditors, can you confirm this?
Veterinary. Yes, but it is under that paragraph.
We are taking the agencies one after the other. Okay? We didn't mention veterinary services. We dealt with the ministry itself. We dealt with Directorate of Crop Services. We have not dealt with the veterinary services. So we are now coming to handle the veterinary services.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, in respect of the 10 PVs, the 137 has been verified by the auditors.
Auditors, can you confirm this, please?
Honorable Chair, all relevant documents have been submitted for our review. Thank you.
Chairman, I yield to you.
All right, so the next one is also, again, Veterinary Services Department, but that is Takrady. And that one involved amount 72,622. Has that also been supported?
Mr. Chairman, that has been supported and verified by the auditors.
Can the auditors confirm for us?
Honorable Chair, confirm.
Good. So let's go to paragraph 506. 506, and Honorable Samson should handle that for me. 506.
Very much, Mr. Chair. 506 has to do with JCRs, unpresented. GCR, sorry. And they are 73. 73 GCRs. What do you have to say about that?
Mr. Chairman, 56 has been presented, and the remaining ones are available for reconciliation with the auditors.
They are available with you, or they are available here?
No, not here. We've already presented 56, but 17 remaining has just come from the central region that we intend presenting it to them for verification.
Do you think you can do that?
Mr. Chairman, with your kind permission, since we've already had some 2 weeks, I'm sure 2 or 3 weeks we can work within that. Thank you.
Not giving it to them tomorrow? Or Monday?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, we would get back to them, I'm sure, by Monday, but as and when they can get back to the committee is why we are saying within 2 weeks. Not even be speaking for them, Mr. Chair.
Now between we and them, so you're not choosing 2 weeks, is my worry. Chairman, I'm done.
Yeah, so Veterinary Services Directorate should ensure that the remaining, first of all, let me find out from the auditors. Have you verified 53 and it's left with the balance? 56.
Yes, Honorable Chair, 56 has been presented,
So
leaving the balance of 70.
So ask the officers to go and review the remaining 15 or 16? 17. Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Now, paragraph 518 is Veterinary Services Department, Kumasi, uncollected revenue. The amount is 343,555 Ghana cedis. Because the auditors are saying that the review of the records at the abattoir revealed that between July 2020 and July 2021, 68,711 cattle were slaughtered without performing ante-mortem procedures. Consequently, revenue amounting to 343,555 was lost by the abattoir. For public health purposes, we recommended that the head of the abattoir should liaise with appropriate authorities to provide them with the necessary facilities to ensure that the ante-mortem is done on all animals and to enhance revenue generation. Have you taken any action on this recommendation?
Honorable Chair, please, we have written to the management of the abattoir to put the facilities in place so that our staff will be able to carry out the ante-mortem in the abattoir.
And have they done that?
Yes, they said they will take the necessary steps to put the facility in place for us.
So they haven't done it yet?
They've started something.
What have they started?
You know, there are metal structures. In actual fact, they were in existence, but because the abattoir has been long, that they broke down and they are supposed to fix them back for our boys.
So they have started fixing them?
Yes, sir.
Have auditors come to verify what you are saying? Not these auditors, the auditors in Kumasi.
I think I have to inform. I don't know.
You're not aware?
Yes, sir.
Audit Service, do you have any information on this matter?
Honorable Chair, not yet.
Okay.
Apart from the loss of revenue, doesn't it have any health implications on the citizenry?
The post-mortem will take care of sick animals or animals that are not wholesome for consumption. No, post-mortem is conducted. No, after slaughter.
The thing is,
ante-mortem is before slaughter.
This one before slaughter. Ante-mortem is before slaughter.
Ante-mortem is
before
slaughter.
Those were not done. And he's asking, won't that have any health implication for the consumers of those animals?
Not quite, because what the ante-mortem has failed to do, the post-mortem will be able to detect it. So it's not quite serious.
So if ante-mortem is not done, and then the people consume the animals by eating them, how will you conduct the post-mortem? Eh?
Ante-mortem is conducted before. Post-mortem is done.
Before consumption?
Yes.
So, were the post-mortem conducted on these animals?
Yes, Honorable.
Okay.
So then, are you suggesting that the ante-mortem is not necessary?
It's necessary. That is where we are able to detect animals that are not fit for slaughter. They are not fit for slaughter in a way, so we will separate them. So maybe we will not even pass them for slaughter. But it's not all the animals that were not, the ante-mortem was not done. It is the very aggressive ones that the staff cannot get near, that ante-mortem was not performed.
Okay.
All right, so the last one for the veterinary, no, this one is for Regional Directorate of Agric. Is it also under you, or is it under local government?
Mr. Chairman, it is under local government.
Okay. All right, so we'll send this one to local government. So that'll be all for Ministry of Food and Agriculture. We want to thank you very much for coming, your discharge. Those outstanding issues, make sure you handle them.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and we are grateful. Thank you.
Now let's have land use and spatial planning authority. Land use and spatial planning.
I, Chapman, swear by the Almighty God, that the evidence I shall give before this committee, touching the matter in issue, shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Why were you? When you cough, I heard it, but when you were speaking, I didn't hear you. I've lost my voice.
Kindly introduce yourselves to the committee.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. My name is Kojo Yeboah. I'm the Acting Chief Executive Officer of Land Use and Spatial Planning Authority.
My name is...
I'm saying that my name is Kojo Yeboah, the Acting Chief Executive Officer of Land Use and Spatial Planning Authority. Thank you.
My name is Chapman Owusu Sachere, the Acting Deputy CEO, LUSPA.
Honorable Chairman, I am Alfred Eduobeng, the Chief Accountant of the Special Land Use and Special Planning Authority.
Agnes Abna Frimpong, Senior Internal Auditor, Land Use and Special Planning Authority.
What is your name? Take your time and pronounce the name. Is it spatial or spatial?
Spatial.
Spatial.
Yes.
Spatial planning.
Spatial planning. Spatial.
So spell it. Spell it. Spatial.
So spatial.
Spell it. Spell it.
S-P-A-T-I-A-L.
That's right. But if you say special, it would look like something special. This special space. So, is this pronounced spatial or spatial?
Spatial.
Spatial. Yo. So, Land Use and Spatial Planning Authority. Which ministry is your mother ministry?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Currently, we are under the Ministry of Local Government, Decentralization, and Rural Development.
Previously, you were under which ministry?
We're under Ministry of Environment, Science, Technology, and Innovation. Before
that, which ministry?
In fact, Honorable Chair, we've changed ministries about 18 times. Invariably, we've been to almost every ministry. We have even been to Ministry of Economic Affairs before. Yes.
Then you are a special authority that you move from every ministry all over. So now you are under Ministry of Local Government. All right. Okay, you have your first infraction is unsupported payments amounting to 127,398, which is under paragraph 458 of the report. And these are 4 different payments made to the Chief Executive Officer. Totaling 4 payments were totally 107,025. Then in addition to that, there was another 20,367 which you have not accounted for. That made up the total of 127,398. Have you accounted for these outstanding payments?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. We've been able to account for all the payments, and we've submitted the necessary documents to the auditors for verification.
We are accepting those documents if the auditors verify and they're okay. But a time will come, we will not accept. Once you did not do it at the right time, when you appear before this committee, we only ask you to go and refund the money. So please take note.
Thank you very much.
Auditors, can you confirm that they have supported the PVs?
Honorable Chair, all relevant documents have been provided and we have verified them.
Your next infraction is about outstanding indebtedness to suppliers. You owe suppliers 215,000 Ghana cedis. Have you settled it?
Honorable Chair, thank you. We've been able to settle all the outstanding indebtedness.
Auditor, can you confirm this for me?
Honorable Chair, confirm.
Your last infraction is on uncompetitive procurement. Unfortunately, we have to send it to court. So, Clerk Adam, Land Use and Special Planning Authority will be referred to the Attorney General. This is under paragraph 465, uncompetitive procurement. That ends your infractions, and we want to thank you very much for coming. You are discharged.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
Thank you.
We are grateful.
Thank you. Honorable members, we have come to the end of what we have planned to do today. And so I want to thank you very much for coming. I will continue next week, Monday, where we are expecting Ministry of Works and Housing, Ministry of Roads and Highway, and Ministry of Youth and Sports to appear before the committee. So I want to thank you very much for coming. The committee sitting is therefore adjourned to Monday, 10th July 2023 at 9 o'clock in the forenoon.